Captain Preston, the British guy who was in charge that night, wrote about the conflict, and he actually said that in regards to the incidents that nobody was a hero. The victims were troublemakers who got more than they deserved, and the soldiers were professionals who shouldn't have panicked. He said the whole thing shouldn't have happened.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody involved realized that this is just something that got out of control, but it was obviously brewing. And I know, Billy, and you're going to be talking about the Tea Party coming up sometime in the near future. I mean, it's just escalated. That was on its way to what was happening then. Shortly thereafter, the British troops were recalled from Boston, but the incident had inflamed hostilities and intensified revolutionary sentiment. The revolutionaries called the so-called massacre. They said it demonstrated the corrupting influence of standing armies and the tyranny of the British. It was a major signpost on the road to revolution. It was John Adams himself who later claimed that the foundation of American independence was laid that fateful day on March 5th, 1770. And over the next 5 years, they continued their rebellion, staged the Boston Tea Party, formed the First Continental Congress, and then obviously went on to fight the Revolutionary War. As for Attucks, you got to remember this is 1770. He's a black man in America.
Mm-hmm.
He was afforded honors that no person of color, particularly one who had escaped slavery, had ever received before in America. Sam Adams organized a procession to transport Attucks' casket to the Boston Finale Hall, where Attucks lay in state for 3 days before the victim's public funeral. An estimated 10 to 12,000 people, or more than half in Boston's population at that time, joined in the procession that carried the caskets of Attucks and the other victims to the graveyard. City leaders actually waived the segregation laws in this case and permitted him to be buried with the others.
Wow.
In the years since his death, his legacy has continued to endure, first with the American colonists eager to break from British rule, and then later among the 19th century abolitionists, and then later still with the 20th century civil rights activist. Martin Luther King actually lauded Attucks for his moral courage and his defining role in American history, and he wrote in his 1964 book that black school children know that the first American to shed blood in the revolution that freed his country from British oppression, was a black seaman named Crispus Attucks. He continues to be honored by the American public. In 1998, to commemorate the 275th anniversary of his birth, the U.S. Mint issued a silver coin in his honor. There's many schools, children's centers, foundations, museums are named after him, representing the struggle and heroism of a black man searching for freedom. So that's a little bit about the Boston Massacre and Crispus Attucks, the first man. There was actually a poem, "The First to Defy and the First to Die." So he was actually quite celebrated.
What's it called?
You can just put Crispus Attucks
Poem.
Yeah, it was written like in 1800, I think, when they the Boston Common put a memorial out there, which was actually more controversial then than it would have been, I think, in the 1700s. It seemed to be they were a lot more accepting of the black guy who was helping them then than in 1800s when they were dedicating this memorial.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is one by John Boyle O'Reilly.
That's the one.
Yeah. That's too long to read.
Yes,
it
is.
On the air. That's a long poem. Yeah, so I'll have to check that one out for sure. Going back to it, not that it's super important, but the Mountain was 6'9". Well, the guy who played the Mountain was 6'9".
Right.
The guy who played Jaws was 7'2".
Whoa.
Yeah, but the guy that played the Mountain wins like World's Strongest Man competitions, so he's pretty scary.
Yeah, but Richard Keel had to wear metal teeth.
Oh.
I mean,
there's pre-teenagers wearing metal teeth.
I'd be way more scared of the Mountain, dude.
If I was in the room with both of them, I'd feel very, very afraid.
Well, yeah. What are you? 4'3"?
4'3". 5'6". I'm actually a pretty decent height for a girl.
Yeah. All right, so with that, we can go ahead and wrap it up for today. Before we go, we want to make sure we shout out our friends at Brain Ladle Trivia and Pod Quiz, two excellent podcasts with question answer formats. So once you're done learning here, go see if they happen to have anything that might correlate. So that's kind of a rare situation if it's on the same release day, but nonetheless. So we hope you enjoy that. Make sure you check out www.patreon.com/triviarogues. And, if you think we've earned it, you think we deserved it, sign up there and help us out. And also, anyone who signs up for Patreon, and seriously, at any level, you'll be able to get those extra episodes with question answer gaming that we're going to do. It should be pretty quick, so it shouldn't be like a whole bunch of nonsense. We should be able to play games and have some fun.
Oh no, it'll be a whole bunch of nonsense.
I thought we were still going to be. We're still going to be doing it, right?
Yeah,
we're still
plenty of nonsense.
Yeah,
There'll be plenty of nonsense, but
nonsense.
it's not going to be like a question. Then 10 minutes later, another question. No, I mean, look, it'll be quicker. Not so spread out.
We'll see.
Yeah, who knows? So, and with that, we will wrap up the show. You can email us at triviarogues@gmail.com. Again, triviarogues@gmail.com. You can like us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like me, my newest account that I just started just now on Twitter, @BillyRanting. And check us out at patreon.com. Subscribe and review. And leave us a... Wait.
See you later.